Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I am rushing off up to the dealership. It is our final week here in Goldcrest Valley. This is episode 99 today. So tomorrow's episode is going to be episode 100, and of course this week we are starting our trial month of playing some new games here on my channel, so we are only doing 2 episodes each week of each of my series. Yeah, I know I'm speeding, but I want to just hurry up and get to the dealership so that we can get things moving along. My question I asked you all last week was, when we get to Gorale, what do you want me to do first? Do you want me to do cows first, or do you want me to concentrate on the arable side of things first? 2,929 people answered that question. 1,301 said arable, and 1,628 said cows. Interesting to note that the first day, cows won the vote by a large margin. The other 2 days, the arable won the vote. Both days. And the last day, it won by quite a margin. But overall, cows have come out in front, so we will do cows first. But because it's so close, I will speed things along as quickly as I can. I'm not going to get loads of stuff ready for the cows. We'll just get them with hay and silage and grass and water as quickly as we can, so that then we can get straight into the arable as well. And most of the comments are suggesting that you would like a decent mix of stuff when we get there. Right, I'm doing the harvesting today in the 2 fields near the farm, and in order to do so I thought that we would use something just a fraction bigger than we normally use. Now we are going to be using this week we're going to be doing a load of stuff for these 2 OMG. Oh, that is fantastic. That is absolutely fabulous. That is brilliant. I wonder if it'll even fit on our combine. So the plan is, this week I'm going to do, basically just use a whole load of mods that are completely unrealistic, nothing whatsoever to do with realism at all in any way, shape or form, just because I can and because I thought it would be a bit of fun. I will be putting the save game file up onto FSUK as I normally do once we've finished the series. Right, I'm trying to get out of here without completely obliterating everything. It doesn't look like this head has got much in the way of collision on it, so that's a good start. So yeah, I will be look at the okay, this is it's not sticking to the tractor very well, or it wasn't just then. It was like yo-yoing in and out of the tractor as well. So yeah, the collisions and so on don't appear to be top-notch on this one. I couldn't find an original link, so I had to use one of the sites that I'm less keen on. Although I've seen a lot of debate in the community lately about sites that just spam upload all the other mods that they find. They take all of the mods off of ModHub and ModHoster, anywhere that they can find them, and they re-upload them. And these sites seem to support this, but it's generally, I think, the people that run the website do it so that they can generate income from the downloads. I'm not a big fan of these sites, and I've mentioned this before, but there's been a lot of debate in the some of the Facebook groups and communities that I belong to regarding Farming Simulator. Some people think that it's not so bad. Some people really do hate them. Modders tend to think that it's people profiting off of their work, which they really don't like, and that I can really understand. And that's the main reason that I try to avoid them. But generally, they're not... Some people seem to think that they're not quite as bad as a lot of people think, because it's still... the mods are not owned. Once they're released into the public domain, they're not owned. You're not allowed to profit from a mod. You're not allowed to sell mods according to the terms and conditions of the game. So once it's released into the community, a lot of people are saying, well, once it's released, it's sort of the community's property and not the property of the individual modder. The individual modder is still the one that's created it and still the one that gets the credits for it, but they're not the ones that then own the mod. It's then owned by the community. So I'm trying to... I always like to approach any discussion from both sides of the argument. I like to look at everything involved and then so I'll try to understand it from both sides of the argument. So I'm looking at it from that side of the argument. I don't like these sites. I don't like the fact that they're taking other people's work and uploading them in order to profit from them when there are already good links around. And that's the bit that I don't like, is the fact that these sites are designed to profit from it, and I don't think that they should. So generally speaking, I will still avoid using them. Unfortunately for that one, I still had to use it because I couldn't find an original link for the person that created this particular mod anywhere at all. So, yeah, we're just going to stick with this one. That being said, links in the description. You can use it or not use it, or you can find me a better one, however you want to do it. It's entirely up to you. Now, does this... Okay, so basically what this mod appears to have done is just stretched everything a long way. Because that infeed bit is way too big. Right, that infeed bit is completely out of proportion for everything. But I mean, it still looks okay. And even the wheel, look at the wheels, everything looks distorted. You look at it here, it's fine, but you look at that, it's definitely stretched. So it's bad. This is a bad edit, as far as I'm concerned. The wheel, look at the wheel. It just looks like it's been stretched out, doesn't it? So it is a bad edit of a header, as far as I'm concerned. So apologies if the modder in question is actually watching this, but really, you could have done a better job. I know that I can't mod myself, and so I will sort of admit that, but at the same time, it does look a bit poor. Now, let's see how this bad boy works. So yeah, the game file is going to be taken and uploaded to FSUK as I usually do. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Game file will be uploaded to FSUK as usual, and right, is that lowered down? I don't know if that's lowered or not. I think it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Right, I'm going to press H and see what the hired help does. Oh, that's brilliant. Look at that. Okay, it certainly does. It does work. There's big gaps in... Yeah, there seems to be gaps everywhere for the animation on the front. I think I read somewhere that they had the same trouble with the 60-foot Draper that you get from American Eagle's modding. They also had a gap issue on the front where it didn't sort of sync up very well, and they couldn't find a workaround. So certainly getting through this nice and quickly. I do appreciate the fact that it is getting through this at a phenomenal speed. Let's just whiz along the top. This is fantastic. Okay. So the save game file, I will be uploading the save game file to FSUK, and it will be taken from the end of last episode. I've got to go through and I've got to write out all the mods that I've been using in it, and compile a list so that it can be uploaded with a gold standard label on it rather than a silver standard. That's just a matter of personal pride. So I'm hoping I will get the gold standard. And what else was I going to say? Yes, well, we're moving on to Gorale, and I have realised that there's several of the questions. I ask you my questions every week, and you answer them every week. It's going to be a little bit different now because we're only having 2 episodes each week, so the numbers will be a lot less. So you've got less time to sort of have a go at answering, but I'm still going to do the questions. The thing with the questions, though, is that I'm going to let that one carry on. I want to get a... Oh, there we go. I want to get this one and get it unloaded. Oh, this is going to be the next issue, is getting into the trailer. So let's just take one trailer, getting into the combine with the header, because, yeah, it doesn't quite fit, does it? There's a slight issue there. We'll have to... Can I go in forwards? I don't think I can. I think we're back in. Yeah, I asked you a whole load of questions. One of the questions was, did you want me to get greenhouses? I was going to get 4 greenhouses on this map, and I still haven't got any greenhouses at all, so I will take that over to Gorale. I asked you, did you want me to just concentrate on cows, just sheep? Did you want me to get a mixture of both for the rest of the series? And I haven't actually bought any animals at all. The animals have been increasing, and we have done a little bit to them, but we've sort of been doing other things. Basically, I've just misjudged the time that it takes to do various jobs. So we've got 52 of each animal at the moment. We've got no hay and grass up here at the sheep, so they could do with feeding, but we're not going to worry about that now because essentially the series is over. You will get the map as it is now, or as it was before we started harvesting. And then what we're going to do is... Ooh, am I going the wrong way? Come back through. Here's the trains. There's our combine. So we're moving on to Gorale next week, and I will start doing the questions and everything next week. I was trying to think of a question to do for this week, and I think I will actually ask you the same one that I asked you before we left Sosnovka. When, you know, we in Whatever Valley now, and we have to colour everything according to New Holland colours. So it's white wheels and blue skins. So what do you want me to colour things? When we get to Gorale, whenever we buy or lease an item, we will colour it if there are options to do so. I will give you 5 options, as I did last time. We can have John Deere colours, which is green with yellow wheels. So, John Deere green, New Holland blue, red, and Case and Massey, I think, are slightly different shades of red. However, I think this time round I will just say Massey Ferguson red. It's the brightest red. So it's New Holland blue, John Deere green, Massey Ferguson red, JCB yellow, or purple. Those are your 5 options, and yes, I'm including purple. I will always include purple as one of the options, just because you just don't see the purple machine. Look at that swath. That is phenomenal. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay, I know this header is really unrealistic and it's all stretched and out of proportion and everything, but this is fantastic. This is absolutely brilliant. I genuinely love this. That has got to be the fastest I've ever seen a field harvested. That is just brilliant. Okay, so yes, it's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Something else that I have had a couple of people, well, I say a couple, I've actually had 9 people message me in the last few weeks saying that they were completely unaware that I had a Patreon page. I never mention it in my videos, or practically never. A few of them only realised last week when I mentioned that the link had been fixed. Someone else had seen something about the link previously, and people have suggested that I should at least mention that I have a Patreon page. I don't like the idea of saying, oh, can you please go and support me? I can't do this without you. I mean, yes, it's true. I can't do this without continued support. YouTube is... yeah, but basically, I do need support, but I don't want to be asking for it all the time. I'm typically English. I'm very uncomfortable asking people to help me out in any way financially, which is why I don't offer anything as I don't offer any financial reward or any reward for finance. If you donate me, I don't have anything. There's nothing that's hidden behind a paywall on my channel anywhere. I don't like the idea of hiding stuff behind a paywall. Growing up, we didn't exactly have a lot of money, and so many times I would see something I thought really, really looked cool, and I was excluded because we just didn't have the money. And I don't want anybody in that position. There is nothing on my channel that will ever be hidden behind a wall of money, right? Everything is free. So that being said, in part I rely on donations. Excuse me. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to mention that I have a Patreon page where you can help me out if you want to. There is a link in the description of every single video that I do, and you can follow it through to Patreon and you can help me out if you want. And I'll just mention, I'm not asking, I'm just... basically, the people who have been talking to me basically have suggested that I should mention my Patreon page at the start of my videos, because then people can decide if they want to help me out or not. And I gotta be, you can probably tell this is making me uncomfortable. Just mentioning that I've got it is making me feel a little bit uncomfortable, because it doesn't sit well with me saying I want. What I'm doing is I'm saying I got a Patreon page. So reading between the lines, I'm saying, can you please go there and donate me money? And I really don't like doing that. It does not sit well with me. So, yeah. I apologise if I sound a little bit peculiar about this, but it's different, and it's not something I'm used to doing. But going on the suggestions of several people, I will at least attempt to try and mention it, just to because I think that maybe it will help. So yeah, that's what I will do. There is a link to my Patreon page in the description below, as there is with every single video, and you can go there and you can support me if you want to. How's that? There, we're done. It was painful, but we got through it. So once we finished doing this, I said that we were going to have just a play around, and there's a Mustang car that is available that we can go and do a few things with. I wanted to put a few ramps out, and I wanted to see how far we could make that car jump, because that car can reach 99 miles an hour, which is a fair old speed. So I thought it'd be pretty cool if we could put a few jumps out and see what we can do with it, and just have a decent play around. Between this episode and the next episode, I wanted to get some windrows of grain or corn or something, so that I can test the baler. And what I'm thinking is, if I plant the field here, we'll let this combine can just sort of carry on now. It should finish this field. We've seen the header in action. You just pull away from there. Right, I took some out, and I'm just going to pop in here now. Can it reach? Go a little bit further forward. There we go. Right, so that one can go. I've started planting some wheat over in that field so that we can put a few straw swaths out for our next episode, where we're going to have a fantastic mess around with some balers. I've already modified some balers so that they produce bale at 10 litres instead of bigger than that, which I think is going to be epic fun. I think it is going to be awesome to do. Right now, we are going to test out the Lizard Road Rage. Now, I think this is based on a Mustang, I've been told. 99 miles an hour. What colour should we go for? What colour do you... That colour there, a lime green. Okay, and a rim colour on a lime green car, let's go for red. Okay, we want to make this as offensive to the eyes as possible. We will go for twin GT stripes, and we want lime green with red rims. And what colour should we do? Let's do a dark purple. There we go. Look at that. That is going to be fantastic. Okay, there we go. And back and back. There we right. That is planting the wheat. I'm not going to worry about those. That one's nearly finished. Oh, that is awful. That is going to be the worst looking car I've ever seen. That is fantastic. I love it. Right. We want to see if we can get some decent airtime on this thing, which means that, just to start with, we can have a little race around. And yes, I know I'm going through the wheat fields. It's not very realistic, is it, going through the wheat fields? I know that we're running around with an... Oh! I know what we're going to do. I know what we're going to do. We need to line this up perfectly. I don't know how well the game is going to cope with this, but we are going to drive all the way down here so that we can get a decent bit of speed coming up, and we are going to ram the stack of small bales and see what it does. Right, come on, easy does it. Don't tip over. And I'm stuck. I'm completely, utterly and hopelessly stuck. This doesn't bode well for Thursday, does it? I'm playing spin tyres on Thursday. Right, there we go. Right. And we want to come racing up through here. We've got to line this up perfectly. Is this going to work? Is it going to work? Oh! Oh, yes! Okay, that was actually pretty good fun. And now I think we are actually stuck. Right, let's reset that one. Come back through here. Okay, that was actually pretty good fun. I enjoyed doing that. We want some ramps next. Reset, yes. Okay, back out of there. Now, we need to try and get some ramps. And, oh, the lag is strong in this one. Okay, I think I've just crashed the game. I can't move. Yeah, right. It looks like everything is just completely crashed because of knocking the bales around or resetting it or something, I don't know. But those cows are moving really, really slowly. I pressed P in order to open the shop. I don't think I should have done that. I can't move anywhere. Things are not looking good. I will get back to you in a minute if I can free this up. Right then, as you can see, I couldn't rescue it. The game completely crashed. Now, I don't know if that was because I hit those bales at speed and scattered them everywhere and the game was trying to update them all desperately, or if it was because of the 90-foot header. I suspect that it was actually the header and not the bales, but it could definitely have been either way. So we won't worry about that. Those bales are all back where they were. I have taken the liberty of going around and introducing a few little extras onto the map, just so that we can have a little test before we go with our car. I have repurchased the car, our lovely lime green. I think this is a Mustang. I'm sure it is, but I could be wrong on this. So yeah, we are going to go and try this one out a little bit. We've got a few things that we want to do with it. Just come on round here. I'm sure I can stay on the tracks this time. He says. Okay, I'm really not very good at this. Really not very good at this at all. For those of you who want strict realism, better if you come back on Wednesday when I go to Whatever Valley. I've got a couple of ramps there that we're going to use in a minute. I want to see if I can go flying over this shed. That's my first test. But the way that the roads are, not necessarily going to work very well. Yeah, because you can't get those ramps to go close together, so maybe I need to just get some bigger ramps, but it's just the way that road is positioned. I think maybe we just need to do that a little bit differently. We're going to have to reset the car, so let's do that first. Now, I'm hoping that it wasn't the action of resetting this car that caused the game crash. Okay, back. Right, nope, that didn't appear to cause any game crash that time. It might have been the bales. It might have been where I reset out of the car. So, next up... Oh, hang on, no, I want to be moved from there slightly. We want to go into placeables. I want to get this ramp, which is the bigger ramp. And if I rotate that one round, if I put that one over here somewhere, I think maybe we'll have a better chance of being able to do it. Because this ramp you can actually overlap. Let's try it like that. Right. There's that one. Back to our car. Yeah, we're going to head down there. I want to see if I can get clear across the river without any trouble. That's why I've got two ramps a bit sort of closer. I don't know if you remember seeing those. Tomorrow we are going to check out the balers. I have modified, like I said, I've modified a couple of balers so that we can have a play around with those and see if we can get the balers to act like rocket launchers. They did in FS15. If you got the balers modified, you could basically just sort of propel yourself across the map with them. And can we do it? Oh! Oh! That was very nearly perfect. There's just a little bit higher and we would have had a perfect flight right across the river. That would have been absolutely spot on. It wasn't too bad. The only problem with these ramps is that they're flat ramps, and yes, it's great for loading and all, but when you want to do something like this, you don't want a flat ramp because it basically launches... Okay, so we're just going inside the shed with this. We're not going any further than that. The problem with a flat ramp is that to get a proper launch, you need a curve on it. If you go flat, it jumps the car up a bit there, and then it will keep going. But if you want the best possible results... Okay. Well, that wasn't part of the master plan. Right, let's see if I can sell that one. Actually, I want to go to garage, don't I? Because I've got a whole load of them now. Ramp, there we go. So if I go sell, I don't want to do that one. Let's go up here. If you press shift, you can go a lot faster. If I sell those two, yeah, that should put my car down. Okay. Escape. Right. That's that bit done. Now, the final ramps I got in place are up at the top. We're going to go up to field 6, and I am going to jump myself off the cliff up there just to see if we can do it. My question for this week is when we get to Gorale next week and we start to take life a little bit more seriously again, do you want me to colour every single vehicle that has colour options? New Holland blue, John Deere green, Massey Ferguson red, JCB yellow, or purple? It's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Now, I am aware that some people can't cast a vote. I think some devices don't allow you to see it for whatever reason. I don't know why. but not all devices allow you to see the votes. For some reason, they don't always show up. Sometimes people get them and sometimes they don't. I've had various reports, but if you're able to see the little white eye in the screen, if you mouse over the screen or tap on the screen, if you see a little white circle, there should be a way to basically interact with the map, or with the video, and then you can cast your vote. But it's, like I said, it's not available to everybody. Now, when you do get this map, just keep in mind that you do still have 2 pink bales up here ready to be picked up. Can we get off of this ramp over here? Helper B has completed their task. That would be the wheat that's been planted. Basically, I've done that so that then we can do a bit of a bale testing. We've got some straw up here, so we might be able to test the small baler up here with a tractor. Or, I don't know, I might just take it back to the farm. We'll see. If you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. Now, for real awesome, how's this? It's a bit rough getting up to it, isn't it? And we are off. Oh, that was fantastic. Straight into the river, no doubt. And don't drive too deeply in the water. That was great fun. I got to do that again. I've definitely got to do that again. I thought we were going so well to start with. I genuinely thought that as we were sort of flying down through the air, we were going to land beautifully on there, and then we went over just a little bit too far, and we rolled, and that was the end of it. That was the end of it. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. So tomorrow we're going to go and have a play around with the balers, and then next week we will get back to serious when we get to Gorale. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.